Y'all caught me being a thirst bucket. How tragic. Hey y'all, it's your girl Sai, back in here in these YouTube streets with another video. I have recorded this video. This is like the third time recording it. So hopefully 3 times is a charm and we get this thing right this time. Okay? For those of you who are new to my channel and you're just stopping by, thank you so much. Before you leave my channel, make sure you click that subscribe button and smash the notification bell beside it so you will be notified each and every time that I upload. For those of you who have been rocking with your girl for a while and you subscription gang and you notification gang, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you guys. I wouldn't be doing this without you guys. Let me move this camera back. Hold on. Okay, that's better. Thank you guys so much for coming back and chilling with your girl, because it's always a choice and one that you did not have to make. So I appreciate you. This video, evidently, a lot of people have been waiting for. I mentioned in a prior video, which I will link up there, that I wrote a book and I was going to make a video talking about that book. Well, guess what? Tis the video. Today we're going to be talking about my book, Foolish. In the flesh, completed, done, and now for sale on Amazon.com. I will be leaving all of that stuff down there, but we'll talk about that later. But yes, today we're going to be talking about my book, Foolish. I'm very excited to be talking to you guys about it. So if that's something that you know, that y'all ready to delve into, talk about, want to hear talked about, make sure you stick around. Alright? Alright. So let's get into this video, y'all. So if you see me looking down, notes, because y'all know I will go off on a tangent and don't know how to bring it home. So we're using notes now. So you see me looking down, that's what we're doing. So a little bit about Foolish before we get started, and the premise of kind of what Foolish is about. Foolish is about a girl named Salil. Well, actually, she's not a girl. She's a grown-ass woman. She's 28 at the start of this book. And the gist of it, because I really want to talk about the book without telling you guys the book, but the gist of it is Soul is summoned back to her hometown. She's living in Brooklyn at the beginning of the book, and she's stripping, doing her own thing, no judgment here. But she's summoned back home to her hometown of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Shout out to the 2-6 Fayetteville. Not making that retarded ass noise that y'all make. Not here for it. But shout out to Fayetteville. She's summoned back home because her parents are murdered. And when she goes back home, she's thinking that she's just going home to find out why her parents are murdered. But when she gets there, she realizes that there's a whole lot of shit that goes with that. You find out a little, I'm not gonna say a little later on because it's around the same time that you find out her parents are murdered, but you find out that Soul has gifts. What she does not realize is that her gifts are very untapped at the moment. She doesn't know her true potential. And so this book is about Soul unlocking her full potential, and it's also about her fool's journey. This book was based on, it started off being based on tarot, and it kind of expanded into other things, but tarot is still, especially for this book, the main focus. There is a second book coming. Did not anticipate making a second book, but you know, things happen. And it's actually going to turn out to be a series. So in this particular book, the first book, which is just opening up the scene, for like setting the scene for you guys and giving you guys kind of an understanding of what's going to be going on in the series and what the main goal in the series is. And the main goal in this book is Soul has to really find out not only why her parents are murdered, but who murdered them. And she's having to tap into her gifts, and she's learning how to accept her gifts for what they are, because a lot of this book, Soul is going through this fool's journey. And when I say fool's journey, if you don't know anything about the tarot, this is the Fool card. I don't know if you guys can see that, which is why the book is named Foolish, because Soul is on her fool's journey. And when I think about the Fool card, I think about, of course, new beginnings, you know, a certain air of naivete maybe, because if you look at this dude, like, look at him, y'all. Look at him. Bruh about to walk off a whole cliff not paying attention. The dog is like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Like, come back, bro. You about to fall off the cliff. And he's just like, la da 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 da. But it's about unlimited potential, the innocence of it all. And this is the first card of the Major Arcana, which starts off the whole Fool's Journey story. So I'll get into that in a whole nother video. But this is the start of her Fool's Journey, and she doesn't know at this moment where all of this is going to take her, which you will find out what all it takes her through in this book. But she's having to save herself basically in this book, and come into her own and accept that she was given these gifts for a reason, and it's time for her to use these gifts. So that's the premise of the book. I came up with the concept for the book around May or June of 2017, so last summer. And I wanted to make it an urban fiction book, and it very much is. But I wanted to introduce another narrative when it came to urban fiction. I'm so tired of the same plot lines in urban fiction books. Now, don't get me wrong, I enjoy them, but I just feel like as a reader and a writer, I wanted to kind of switch that up. I'm so tired of you got the drugs dealing boyfriend with the stripping baby mama, who the girl's trying to get away, like the stripper's trying to get away from the drug dealer, but he could be beating her ass or whatever. Y'all know the scenarios and the plot lines in these books. And don't get me wrong, I would never knock anybody for anything that they chose to write, because everybody has a story to tell, and I firmly believe in people telling their story. But for me, I'm just like, bruh, I can't, like, I need something else. I need another narrative. I didn't grow up in the hood, so where I read these books and I was able to enjoy them, that's all it was for me. There was nothing other than the fact that I'm black that I could relate to. And I wanted to change that. And when I thought about writing a book, I realized that, especially for urban fiction, when it comes to the occult or the esoteric knowledge and stuff like that, it's something, number one, in the black community, while it's much less taboo than it has been, it's still something that a lot of black people are like, devil worshiper, dark forces, you're going to hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you grew up like I did in a black church. Like, bruh, was not allowed to watch Harry Potter at all. Brought demons in the house. If you black and you grew up in a Christian household, you've probably heard this. Like, it was just certain things that we weren't allowed to talk about. Tarot, fortune tellers, things like that. And in this book, what I wanted to do is I wanted to keep it an urban fiction book, so it would be marketed and it would be geared towards the black community, but sprinkle a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, tabooness in there. Open up the dialogue so people will understand that it's not a bad thing. Like, it's not a bad thing. Like, just, I urge you to do your research. It's not a bad thing. But I wrote the book to open up dialogue, basically. And what I want to accomplish with Foolish is, like I said, open up more topics and dialogue within the urban fiction community. Give people something else to talk about. Give people something else to feel comfortable. I'm talking too fast. I need to slow down. Give people something to feel comfortable enough to write about. And the biggest reason of all is I wanted to help people who identify as witch, bruja, shaman, oracle, light worker, healer, whatever you identify as. I wanted more black people to feel comfortable in that, because there are so many people in what we like to call in the community in the broom closet. And what I mean by that is there are people out there who practice these things, but they're practicing them in secret because they may be afraid of what other people may say, or they may be afraid of being demonized, or whatever their situation is and whatever their reasoning is. I want people to understand that, number one, this is your life. This is your life, and you're going to have to go on your own journey. You're going to have to walk on your own path. And if your path don't look the same as somebody else's, that's okay. Your path is not meant for everybody else to understand. Your path was meant for you. So you're the one who needs to feel comfortable in whatever it is that you resonate with. And I really want this book to open up that conversation so that people can understand to mind their business if it doesn't apply to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? If this is something that if you feel like you read tarot, read your tarot. Especially being in a black community, it's like I said, it's so looked down upon. And I want to switch that narrative. So that's the reason why, that's the main reason why I wrote this book, because I wanted people to become comfortable to talk about it. Make it a conversation. I'm right. So another thing that I wanted to, actually two other things I wanted to touch on in this video really quick. I'm not going to go into too much detail because there'll be separate videos for each of these separate topics. But I've gotten a lot of questions since I published my book on how to self-publish. So I've decided that I'm going to do, I don't know how many parts it's going to be yet, but I'm going to do a series on my channel where I talk about how I self-publish my book and steps that you can take to start your own self-publishing journey. Now, precursor, before we even go there, I am not a guru. I just know what works for me, and I want to share that with you guys. I'm not one to hoard knowledge. I think that's stupid. So if I can say something or share something with you guys that's going to help you start your self-publishing journey, I am all for it. One of the things that I always tell people is YouTube was my best friend. Yes, y'all, I literally learned how to publish my book off of YouTube. It was one young lady in particular. Her name is Kirsten Martin. I will leave her information down below. But her videos go so in-depth, and she really helped me self-publish my book. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to leave her information so you guys can check out her videos. But yeah, I'm going to share what I know. So even if you gotta tweak things, because what worked for me may not work for you. So even if there's things that you have to tweak, I want you guys to have some type of guide on how to do it. You don't need a whole bunch of money. You don't need all this, like, just, I got you, boo. I got you. You don't get you published in somebody's bookstore, because we coming for, brown people are coming for the bestsellers list all 2018. Hashtag that. Hashtag it. Anyway, in other news, I'm going to be doing this video that I'm about to talk about now a little further on, and it's going to be like the end of this week, beginning of next, because I'm filming this on the 3rd of July. So I don't even want to call it a holiday. The 4th of July is coming up. So, you know, people are going to be busy, yada yada. I'm going out of town myself. So I'm not going to promise you the end of this week. I'm going to say the beginning to the middle of next week. I'm actually going to be filming a video talking about the second book in this series, which is untitled at the current moment. But the reason I want to talk about it is because I'm not just writing this book by myself. I'm writing this book with my brothers, and I'm going to be doing a video with them talking a little bit about the direction that we plan on going in with this book. Y'all are not ready for this book. This book is going to make you want to research stuff. I'll put it like that. Like, this book is going to, well, my goal for this book is to, once again, open up that dialogue and get you guys talking. So, this book is chock full of stuff that's going to make you want to go out and research and find, like, what are they talking about? You're going to want to do that, I'm sure. So, we're going to have that conversation, and I'm going to film it so you guys can see it. And, you know, be a part of the group. Be a part of the conversation, okay? So, I think that is it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and not hold you guys too much longer. But I'm going to leave all my social media down in the underneath a bar so you guys can follow me so we can interact with each other. Leave some comments. Talk. Start some dialogue. I love talking to you guys and interacting with you guys. Interacting with you guys. What else? So yeah, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can leave them in the comments. You can email me at SaiMecca@gmail.com. I'll leave that down there as well. And I'm also going to leave the link to the purchase link for Foolish in the underneath the bar as well. For the people who have commitment issues, because I'm the same way with books, I hate purchasing a book and to find out that I don't like it or it's not interesting. So to kill that, I posted the first 5 books of Foolish on Facebook, on Foolish's Facebook page, which I will leave down there, as well as Foolish's Instagram page. But you can read the first 5 chapters there, see if you like it, see if it's something you vibe with, and if you like it, purchase it. If not, I don't feel no type of way, boo-boo. But yeah, I think that's about it, I believe. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I will talk to you guys next time. I hope you guys stay cool in this heat that we're having, and stay out. Bye.